Alright, so this is a Flojet, and a Flojet is used to take chemical that we have mixed in the back soap rooms and pump it out to either a foamer or a CTA or anything that's going to apply a chemical out in the tunnel. Now, the Flojet has 3 ports on the bottom, and the first one in the back here is our air port, and they're held in by clips or retaining clips. And so if we want to pull them out, we just snap this clip forward, and then we can pop these right out. This new Flojet here comes with this attachments here, and one end has a hose barb, and this is for the air, so the hose would be attached through that. And then this other end obviously goes into the Flojet, and it's sealed with an O-ring. Now these O-rings can go bad and not seal correctly, and if they do, you're going to get air leaking out where the attachment fits into the Flojet. Also in this attachment there's a little valve right here that pops up and down, and this is to keep air from coming out when you take the air hose out. So when you take the air hose out, this valve right here closes and doesn't let air shoot out of the hose that you just took out. So we'll put that back in. The other 2 attachments here are for the input and output of the actual chemical. So there's in the Flojet you can see there's 2 arrows right here. This one means for chemical going in, and obviously the arrow down is chemical going out. So to take these have these retaining clips that slide all the way back, and you can pop these right out. These also have an O-ring, and so when this O-ring goes bad, you'll see chemical leaking out of the port right here, and then the same thing on the other side. Now there's 2 different kinds of Flojets that we can get. This one is made for a standard line to fit right in there that's a press fit. So you stick it in there and it'll stay. We also have another kind of Flojet where it has a hose barb attachment, just like the airline, where you would slide the hose on and then secure it with a hose clamp. This one, however, is designed to just have a press fit. Imagine this was the chemical tube. You just slide it right in and it locks it in place. So we'll put that back in. And then the same thing for this one. Now this guy right here is just a venting port, and that's used to vent excess air. Now, to understand when to change a Flojet is good, so we need to learn the symptoms of when they go bad. The first one, and probably most obvious, is going to be when you're doing a test car or watching cars in the tunnel. You're going to see that the chemical isn't being applied properly to the car. So it'll either have a weak spray pattern where it just won't be shooting very much, or it'll be weak and it'll just be bursting. So it'll have like little puffs of energy and then it'll slow down. So that's one indication that a Flojet's going bad. The other one is, if you can see in the light here, if you can see these seams here and here, inside this Flojet there's seals, and those seals can go bad over time, or the chemicals can eat away at them. And when they do go bad, you'll actually see chemical leaking out the side of the Flojet. So if you ever see a Flojet with chemical on the side of it leaking out, it's time to be replaced. The third way to tell if a Flojet is bad is going back to this vent port here. If you ever see chemical kind of gushing out of this port here, you know that the Flojet's probably on its last legs. Maybe it doesn't need to be replaced right then, but it's a good idea to keep an eye on it. When it gets really bad, the pressure and the chemical will leak so bad it will actually blow this cover right off. So if you can see this cover right here will actually be missing from the Flojet, and all you'll see is this black piece that holds it on, and you'll see air and chemical shooting out of that. So that's definitely a time to replace it. And that's about it for the Flojet.